Let me just say that I've made mistakes, obviously, both personally and professionally through my 50-year career. I've owned up to every single one of them and then moved on.
You may have heard about the shocking sex abuse lawsuit being leveled at WWE boss Vince McMahon by a former employee. The scandal couldn't come at a worse time as the WWE signed a massive $5 billion deal with Netflix. So much is on the line. Everyone at the WWE has reportedly been told to not say a word.
Recently, a former WWE employee filed a lawsuit against Vince McMahon, founder of World Wrestling Entertainment. The suit filed by Janel Grant in the U.S. District Court for the District of Connecticut also named WWE and former head of talent relations John Laurinaitis as defendants.
Vince may have been influenced by John Laurinaitis, now, and this is me and this is my opinion, but I believe he is as guilty as hell.
And aside from the shocking allegations, the leaked texts provided by Grant reveal a deeply toxic culture during McMahon's tenure as chief executive. The messages are so highly explicit and graphic in nature that the WWE co-founder resigned from his role as executive chairman of TKO Group Holdings, the WWE Promotions parent company.
Misty, it takes a lot to shock you, I know. Is there a detail in particular that is sticking in your mind?
Well, I'm looking at a lot of text messages which would tend to corroborate her allegations.
Now, what's to follow is a bit of context regarding each text message, followed by the text message itself, which I'll put up on the screen and you guys can read it for yourselves. And as mentioned, just a warning, it is pretty explicit. Following the threesome on May 11th, 2020, McMahon sent an explicit message to Miss Grant that further detailed his fantasies of seeing her engage in sexual relations. After the threesomes began, McMahon became more sadistic and his fantasies focused on control such as choking, sensory deprivation, pain, humiliation, and group scenarios in which Miss Grant was physically overwhelmed and subservient. Around this time, McMahon openly shared explicit photographs and salacious stories about Miss Grant with WWE crew at TV tapings, a group McMahon also referred to as her fan club. On February 5th, 2021, McMahon texts Ms. Grant to establish a schedule for when other men, including a physical therapist and John Laurinaitis, could have sex with her, which Ms. Grant attempted to rebuff. McMahon also indicated on April 2nd, 2021 that Ms. Grant should obey if Laurinaitis wanted to bring in more men. On May 24, 2021, McMahon messaged Ms. Grant to remind her that a mistake could destroy her career and that she should pursue verbal communication rather than written where possible. McMahon continued to advertise a sexual encounter with Ms. Grant to a WWE superstar during the formal negotiation of a brand new booking contract with the WWE. It's honestly, it's shocking, it's disgusting, it's perverted, and here are some of the responses from people in the wrestling industry.
But it's just sick, and I mean mentally, emotionally sick, and evil.
I've said before, I don't think he can survive this, and been wrong. But this one, I don't think he can survive this because it's too much on the heels of everything else that's come out.
And he needs to be gone and done. And I hope there's criminal charges brought if any of this is even remotely true, which with there being so many NDAs and a long list of things, it's like, I can't fathom how it isn't.
You know, but when he has his day in court, and depending on how things turn out, this can really tarnish his legacy and be damaging overall to WWE.
Janel Grant was employed at WWE's headquarters in Connecticut from 2019 till 2022. And you kind of hope that this thing does go to trial and that there's not another settlement agreement, because Vince McMahon has had a lot of abuse allegations and dodgy allegations against him throughout the years, which I highlighted in a previous video, and I'll drop the link in the description below.
I was forced into oral sex with Vince McMahon. When I couldn't complete his desires, he got really angry, started ripping off my jeans, pulled me on top of him, and told me again, if I wanted a $500,000 a year contract, I had to satisfy him.
But in any case, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.